How has Elon Musk built and managed billion-dollar companies in different fields like software, cars, rockets, transportation, energy, and artificial intelligence? His name is a symbol of success and knowledge. Even if you do not relate to him personally, it is clear that Elon Musk wants to make the world a better place. So, what motivates Elon Musk to do amazing things? He is always involved in many projects, testing ideas and taking risks to create new technologies that many people thought were only in science fiction. When he encounters something that seems impossible, he becomes determined to make it real. What is the secret behind Elon Musk's incredible success in so many areas? How does he learn so much and achieve impressive results? Clearly, Elon Musk is very intelligent and works extremely hard. He has shared that he works 80 to 100 hours every week. However, many people are just as smart and work as hard as Elon Musk, yet they do not achieve great success. So, what does Elon Musk do differently that most of us do not? And can we use his mindset and learning methods to improve our own skills and personal growth? Stay tuned for today's story to find out. Rule number 1: set an inspiring goal. Elon Musk has always chased a big and inspiring goal to create a better future for humanity. When someone asked him how long he would like to live, Musk said he wanted to live to 100. He wants to leave this world knowing that humanity has a bright future. As a student, Musk thought about what could change the future. He focused on 5 important areas: the internet, sustainable energy, space exploration, artificial intelligence, and changing the genetic code of humans. After finishing his studies in physics and economics at the University of Pennsylvania, Musk wanted to study sustainable energy. But just 2 days into his PhD program at Stanford, he realized that the internet could change the world fast, so he dropped out. He convinced his brother to move to Silicon Valley with him to start Zip2, a service that helped businesses create an online presence. In 1999, after 4 years, Compaq bought Zip2 for $307 million, giving Musk $22 million at just 27 years old. Soon after, Musk invested most of his money in another idea, an online bank called X.com. Although many saw this idea as risky, X.com eventually merged with another company to become PayPal. In 2002, eBay bought PayPal for $1.5 billion, making Musk $180 million. At 31, Musk was a millionaire, but instead of resting, he invested in bigger projects. That same year, he put $100 million into SpaceX to lower the cost of space travel and help humans live on Mars. Musk didn't stop there. In 2004, he invested $70 million in Tesla to change the car industry by promoting electric cars. Even though starting a new car company had never worked before, Musk believed if something is important enough, it's worth trying, even if it might fail. 2 years later, in 2006, he invested $10 million to start SolarCity, hoping to make solar energy popular. In 2015, he co-founded OpenAI to work on artificial intelligence. In 2016, he started Neuralink, a company that successfully implanted a chip in a human brain. That same year, he also founded The Boring Company, which builds tunnels to improve traffic for electric cars. All the companies Musk has created work towards a big goal: to protect humanity and make the world better with clean energy, fight climate change, and create a place on Mars to reduce the risk of extinction. Even though Musk has loved video games since he was 12 and created a game called Blaster, he knew gaming wasn't a big enough goal. He said, "I love games, but if I create great games, how will that impact the world?" So, Elon Musk's first important secret is that he has a strong reason to live and work hard. No matter how smart we are, if we don't have a big goal, that talent might not be fully used. Rule number 2: read a lot of books. When asked how he knows so much about many subjects, Elon Musk simply said, "Because I read books." Kimball, Elon Musk's brother, shared that from a young age, Elon spent up to 10 hours a day reading. On weekends, he could finish 2 books. From science fiction to philosophy, religion, programming, and biographies of scientists and entrepreneurs, Elon always learned through books. When the family went shopping, they often found Elon missing and could find him in the nearest bookstore, sitting on the floor and reading. Elon once said, "There was a time when I ran out of books to read at the school library and the neighborhood library. I convinced the librarian to get new books for me. I even began reading the Britannica Encyclopedia. In fact, by the age of 10, he understood the world better than many adults." As he got older, Musk's reading interests changed to physics, engineering, business, and energy technology. Later, when he wanted to buy rockets from Russia for his space project but didn't have enough money, Elon decided to build them himself. He contacted Jim Cantrell, who later became the vice president of SpaceX. Cantrell lent Musk some rocket textbooks, not knowing Elon would memorize them. When they met again, Cantrell was surprised to see Musk quoting accurately from those books, showing he had learned about rockets and physics. When asked how he became a rocket scientist without degrees, Elon simply said, "By reading books." He added, "I learn everything I need to achieve my goals." Most people can do this. They just limit their own capabilities. If you read a lot and talk to many people, you can learn almost anything. Rule number 3: view knowledge as a big tree. One special thing that makes Elon Musk different from other learners is how he thinks and uses what he knows. Musk has 2 main ideas for gathering and using information. The first idea is to see knowledge like a big tree. You need to understand the main parts of knowledge, like the trunk and big branches, before looking at the small parts, like the leaves. If you don't know the trunk and branches, the smaller details have no place to connect. This way of thinking helped Musk teach himself about rockets. He studies everything in detail so he can understand it fully. Musk calls this idea first principle thinking. First principle thinking is a way of looking at the world by breaking things down into the most basic truths. Instead of just accepting how things are, we think about what we know for sure and start reasoning from there. Musk is great at taking knowledge and breaking it into fundamental ideas. He starts with a goal, like building a rocket. Then, he thinks about the basic principles, the rocket structure, how long it takes to build, how much it costs, and how to make it cheaper. Rockets are very expensive, which is a big problem because Musk wants to send 1 million people to Mars in the next 100 years. To do this, he needs rockets that are cheaper and reusable. Musk thinks about what rockets are made of, like special aluminum alloys, titanium, copper, and carbon fiber. He considers the market value of these materials and discovers that the material costs are only about 2% of the total price of a rocket. So, why is it so expensive to launch a rocket into space? He believes the high cost comes from not using first principle thinking. Instead of spending tens of millions of dollars to buy a rocket, Musk decides to create a company that buys raw materials cheaply and builds rockets himself. This is how SpaceX started. Within a few years, SpaceX cut the cost of making a rocket by almost 10 times. Musk uses first principle thinking to analyze problems and break through the cost barriers in the aerospace industry. Musk says, "I think people often follow old ways of thinking or rely too much on past experiences. Very few people take the time to think from the basics. They justify their choices by saying, 'Everyone does it this way,' or they avoid doing something because no one has done it before. This is a silly way to think. We should base our ideas on fundamental principles and then decide if something can be done and how it can be different from what others have done." In short, if we want to solve complex problems, we need to understand the basic principles first. Why we should do that? I explain how chemicals in our brain and body work to help you understand how your body operates and why our morning habits affect our sleep at night. Of course, it is often easier said than done. Approaching a problem using first principle thinking is really tough. Our brains have evolved to think quickly rather than creatively. If we had to come up with a new way to solve every problem, it would use a lot of energy. Our brains prefer familiar ways of thinking because they are easier and save energy. It would be much simpler to rely on solutions from past problems. However, with some effort and techniques, we can overcome this. We can learn to think like Musk using first principle thinking. This is an exciting topic that needs more stories to explore fully. What mental and evolutionary barriers make first principle thinking so hard to apply? How can we overcome these barriers to think like Elon Musk? And while first principle thinking is excellent, Musk has also admitted he made mistakes when using it in his companies. What are those mistakes? What are its limits? How can we mix first principle thinking with other thinking styles? Many questions have come to my mind while learning about Elon Musk. Thinking is a big topic that we cannot cover completely in this story. If you're interested or have questions, please comment below. I will think about expanding this topic in future stories. Rule number 4. You can't remember what you can't connect. According to Elon Musk's first principle of gathering and using information, knowledge should be seen as a big tree. Musk's second principle is, you can't remember what you can't connect. Learning is not just about memorizing random facts. We must link what we learn and use it. This is how Elon Musk can change an industry quickly. Musk starts with strong roots and a solid trunk by reading textbooks on rockets, physics, dynamics, astronomy, and space, which his brother Kimball Musk lent him. Then, he deepens his knowledge. Musk connects the branches and leaves of this knowledge to branches and leaves from other trees and uses them to plan the construction of SpaceX rockets and send them into space. Musk does not learn randomly. Everything he learns connects to a deeper and stronger foundation. He follows his learning principle, starting with the basics in different areas, continually adding information, linking them together, and using his extensive knowledge to become world-class. Meanwhile, many of us focus on just one area and never learn from the basic principles. We gather bits of information here and there, filling our minds with unimportant data without truly understanding it or relating it to our lives. To increase our chances of success, Musk suggests first learning the fundamental principles in our field. Then, we should expand our knowledge into other areas, creating connections and applying them to our reality. By building a foundation of basic principles and linking them to other fields, we can venture into new areas that we have never studied before. This method allowed Elon Musk to enter an industry that has existed for over 100 years and change how it competes. And that is the content of today's story about how Elon Musk learns and thinks to become one of the smartest people in our modern world. In summary, he has a big, clear goal. He thinks about the problems that Earth and humanity will face in the future and dedicates his time, money, and focus to find solutions. He learns by reading many books in different fields, starting from the basics, and applying what he learns to reality by analyzing ideas into fundamental principles. He links and restructures them in new ways. Of course, many other factors contribute to who Elon Musk is today. If you're curious about this brilliant man, why not spend your next vacation reading two fantastic biographies about his life and missions? One is by technology journalist Ashley Vance, called Elon Musk, Tesla, SpaceX, and the Quest for a Fantastic Future. The other is Elon Musk, a biography by Walter Isaacson, who also wrote famous biographies like Steve Jobs and Benjamin Franklin. If you find anything impressive about Elon Musk, please share it in the comments below. If you like this story, don't hesitate to hit the like button and subscribe. If you have questions, comments, or suggestions, leave them below so I can improve the content and quality of future episodes. You can also listen to the audio version of this podcast and leave a 5-star review on Spotify or Apple Podcasts. I am Kevin La, and the English 7 Bay is where we explore inspirational stories. Thank you for listening. I hope this story inspires you. Goodbye, and see you next time.